All right, good Tuesday morning. Guess what? It's time to fire up our First Alert live stream. Hey, I'm Chief Meteorologist Steve Beylon, live in the First Alert Weather Center. Our buddy Ted down in the newsroom, he sends out those push alerts. Winds have changed. Now, I wonder if Ted was trying to coin a Scorpions song. Yeah, Wind of Change. You know, do you remember that song? I'm trying to remember. It says, I'm trying to remember, like the chorus was like, take me to the magic of the moment on a glory night. I don't want to start singing too long because I'm very out of key and I'm a bad singer. But anyway, I saw that push alert and that's where my brain went today. All right, so we have to talk about what happened last night. We had some big thunderstorms across the area. And especially north and west, we had some severe weather. In fact, here's a look at a radar recap from First Alert Viper Max. Right now, it's dry, the storms are gone, but you could see from 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon through 5 o'clock this morning, the clusters of showers and storms that marched through northeast Wisconsin. It was especially northwest of Green Bay. We see some of those yellow and red boxes. We had some high winds and some hail, and we might have had a tornado touchdown. This is a screenshot of First Alert Viper Max. This is 10:05, so this is leading into our 10 o'clock newscast last night, and it's right about that point. The National Weather Service issued a tornado warning, and you can see that heavy thunderstorm coming into Mattoon. That's in northwestern Shawano County. So if you kind of look at the map and get oriented there, this is right up along the Shawano and Langley County border, just west of Neopet. Big storm heading towards Phlox and Mattoon. And so that's what the radar was seeing. Now I want to switch over to show you Viper Max's wind velocity. Now, if you have to look at the upper left-hand corner because you could see the different colors on the legend. When you see the blue colors, that is where the wind is blowing towards the radar, and the red and yellow colors is where the wind is blowing away from the radar. And I know it's not very much. It's not a really good couplet, as we like to say in the weather world. But right over top of Mattoon, you see that dark blue and then those little pixels of red. And that's what I suspect. There was probably a brief spin-up tornado. So you probably had some straight line wind damage, but in that squall line there, I'm pretty sure you had a spin-up tornado. But the thing is that it's unconfirmed. It was enough for the National Weather Service to, boom, trigger a tornado warning that cut across portions of Shawano, Langley, Menominee, and Oconto counties last night during our 10 o'clock newscast. And by the way, meteorologists David Ernst and Keith Gibson did a really nice job covering that storm for you. But, you know, it's unconfirmed. So I will tell you, though, after chatting with the National Weather Service this morning, they are sending out a a storm survey crew. They will be heading out to Mattoon to check out the damage and determine whether it was done by a tornado or if it was done by straight line winds. And I suspect that it was probably tornadic, but not official, not official. Live view from our Green Bay sky cam. It's windy. You can see the flag above the Brown County Courthouse flapping in that breeze. And that wind has brought down our temperature. It's now 56. We were in the low 60s early this morning, but now the temperature has fallen back. And this is a brand new development here. We now have in Appleton our Squawky Nest Cam. So we have, that looks like Mrs. Squawky. And by the way, Mr. Squawky comes in from time to time, and the two of them are a pair. They have built a nest up on one of the Appleton rooftops across the PAC. And I suspect it won't be too much longer until we start seeing Mrs. Squawky laying some eggs and raising a family. So we're going to keep an eye on that over the next few weeks. And notice that Mrs. Squawky, she's smart because she has built her nest right along the concrete edging of that building where it's sheltered from that strong west wind blowing in at 29 miles an hour and some higher gusts. So she's kind of wedged herself in the corner trying to protect herself from the elements. And I suspect that'll come in handy once those eggs are laid. So, yep, it's windy out there. Windy morning especially, and that west wind is not going to warm us up very much Cooler weather today, clouds giving way to some afternoon sun, an afternoon high of 59 degrees in Green Bay. And this is our next weather maker. So the storms are gone. Now we get these gusty west winds that'll be blowing through at times today. And some of the wind gusts will be as high as 40 miles an hour. So right now, Appleton's got a sustained west wind at 29 miles an hour, 17 miles an hour in Oshkosh and Green Bay, 24 mile per hour sustained west winds in Sheboygan. But then the wind gusts, well, they're higher, as high as 39 miles an hour right now in Iron Mountain, Michigan, and 35 miles an hour for gusts in Oconto and in Sturgeon Bay. And that wind is bringing down the temperature. We're in the low and mid 50s in the Fox Valley, and north and west it is colder. 38 in Rhinelander, it is 42 in Anago, and 52 degrees in Wapaka. So here's First Alert Pinpoint Predictor tracking those hourly wind speeds and wind gusts. The strongest wind gusts between now and lunchtime. It's still going to be breezy this afternoon, but that wind is going to slow down gradually. We will find some calmer weather as we go towards tonight as high pressure builds into Wisconsin. And the temperatures, well, they're going to really struggle to climb. In fact, we'll have a modest increase this afternoon as the clouds begin to break open and we see more sunshine as Green Bay rebounds into the upper 50s as we go towards the late afternoon. These are daytime highs. 60 degrees in Oshkosh and Sheboygan, 63 in Fond du Lac, lots of 50s north and west. An afternoon high of 57 degrees in Lakewood and in Sturgeon Bay. So back to more seasonable temperatures after seeing inland highs get into the 70s and even 80s late yesterday and into the evening hours. So we do have some patchy sun out there, but still a lot of clouds. Can't rule out an isolated shower towards the upper Michigan border, but otherwise, notice the clouds breaking open this afternoon. By the end of the day, we're mostly sunny, and it looks like high pressure will give us fair weather as we go towards tonight. All right, time for your First Alert Super 7-day forecast. Decreasing clouds, windy, 59, 57 tomorrow, cooler by the lakeshore. We'll have some filtered sun and clouds. Now, Thursday, there's going to be an area of low pressure passing by to our south, but it will drag a cold front across Wisconsin, and that's going to kick up some rain. As far as how much rain we get on Thursday, well, that depends on where you're watching us from. Looking at First Alert Pinpoint Predictors rainfall forecast, south of Green Bay, Fox Valley, Manitowoc, down towards Madison, half an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch of rainfall. Could be a little bit more down towards the Chicago area. That's where there could be some thunderstorms mixed in. But north of Green Bay, I suspect that Thursday rainfall is going to be underwhelming, less than 1/10 of an inch of precipitation. And then after maybe a spotty shower on Friday, we're dry this weekend. The forecast looks pretty good. We'll be seeing clearing skies on Saturday and sunshine Sunday and Monday. And look at those temperatures early next week with sunshine and the return of a southwest breeze. We're going to be warming up Sunday, Monday, highs in the lower half of the 70s. And this is probably the beginning of a string of warm days that should last into pretty much all of next week. This is the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook, and it calls for a high probability of warmer than normal weather all the way through May 12th. You know what? I don't have this committed to memory, so you have to excuse me as I go over here and look at my calendar. What day is Mother's Day? Mother's Day is, let's see here, May 13th. So all the way up until the day before Mother's Day, we're probably going to have warmer than normal weather. In fact, yesterday I was looking at that Mother's Day forecast, and it looked like to me that we would have clouds, then sun, and then highs in the upper half of the 60s. So it might cool down a little bit for Mother's Day, but still, between now and then, I think there's a good deal of springtime weather that's in the offing. So there again is your First Alert Super 7-day forecast with some rain for the first day, maybe 2 days of May, but after that, pretty dry, decent amount of sun, temperatures warming up, 60s and then 70s. So there's lots of like there. All right, our WBAY First Alert Weather app. It came in handy for a lot of people last night, especially when, it's nighttime and it's dark and there's a tornado warning and you're relying on, our app to give you the very latest information. And, when those warnings go out from the National Weather Service, the app uses your phone to kind of geolocate where you are, and that way those alerts get sent right to your phone. And if you haven't tried it yet, we encourage you to do so. You can do so by scanning the QR code with your camera phone, and then you push the little yellow box that has the website and allows you to upload the app. And it's free. It's great stuff. And of course, not only do you get all those alerts, but you can also storm track with us with some great storm tracking tools on the app, plus updated hour-by-hour forecasts, which refresh every 3 hours, which is quite frequent. So anyway, whether it's sunny or severe, our WBAY First Alert Weather app, it is a great tool that is available for everybody and anybody. All right, well, I hope that was a sufficient weather update. You even got an update on a seagull family that is building in Appleton. You know what, I got to tell you, Aisha Morales is not here, but she was really excited about it. I am too, actually. Looking forward to seeing what happens with Mr. and Mrs. Squawky and the family that is probably going to be coming in the next few weeks ahead. All right, thanks for watching our First Alert live stream. I hope you have a great day. Tomorrow is Wednesday, the halfway point of the work week, so go out there and get them, and we'll see you tomorrow. Catch you later.